Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Sunday, September 19th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. So glad to see everybody. Come on in, come on in. Looking forward to coloring this evening. Looking forward to seeing all your smiling faces. Oh man. So on Facebook, I'll be live for the next 3 hours. And this goes to video on Facebook. And also, welcome to my YouTube viewers, where this is uploaded after the fact. So glad to see everybody. There we go. Rhonda Green says, hi again, happy Sunday. Thank you. All right. It is rainy here in the Cookeville, Tennessee area. I'm about, let's see, an hour east. Hello, Colleen. Welcome. I'm about an hour east in Nashville. So we've been having rainy weather for the past couple days. Okay, I'm planning on working on my jug tonight. You guys are enjoying that. And I think that's coming out beautifully. So good to see everybody. It really is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of work on my red-brown truck. Hey, Maddie. Ooh, let me grab some water here. All right, so tonight I'm going to show you an add-on that I'm going to add. I'm sorry, that just makes me laugh. An add-on that I'm going to add. Welcome to all my new members. And this piece is from Country Autumn by JADE Summer. So guys, be sure that you write on the back what you're coloring, or else if you're like me, you'll forget. Oh, let me see. Welcome to all my new members. All right. So on this one, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be doing different projects. So sit tight, sit back, enjoy. And what I want to show you, I've been slowly completing this piece here. Let me grab something. Hello, Sandy. And if you're new to the group, please don't hesitate to chat. That's what we're all about here with our coloring. So I've got this bag of little rocks. Reminds me, remember that Peanuts Halloween? I got a rock. That's all Charlie Brown could say. I got a rock. All right. I hope you enjoy the music. This is by Whisperings. It's by subscription. I pay for this music for you. All right. I'm sorry, Sandy. What were you saying? You have it there already? La-da-dum. All right, so you guys know that I love to do add-ons, and I love to show them to you. And again, as I say to people, you may not like something I'm doing. It may not float your boat, but that's fine. Oh, the name on the back of the coloring. Yeah, I know, but the way that I was turning it, I would always have it wrong side up, so I finally decided to go ahead and flip it the other way as well. I know. All right, so I've got some pH neutral PVA glue. Oh my gosh, Steph, I can't recommend this stuff enough. Excuse me. It's very strong. It's for archival adhesive. It's acid free. So I'm going to show you a little add-on that I want to do. Zoom in. Zoom in. And you can use this full strength or you can dilute it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going ahead and I'm pasting up the road. And these are some little pebbles that I bought. Really cool, got them off of Amazon. Zoom in. Zoom in. And I'm going to try to pick smaller stones. And I'll tell you what, this is a pretty cool set. And all I'm doing is I'm using my PVA glue and then popping these stones on top here. Now, again, if this doesn't float your boat, that's fine. But I want you to at least watch the method. And see if it gives you some ideas. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that glue. Now, I'm a little bit ahead of the game here with this because I still have some things on here I need to color, but that's okay. I feel like doing it, so I'm going to do it now. But guys, I can't recommend this PVA glue enough. It's wonderful. So I'm using a toothpick. We'll get that stuff spread around here so we can be relatively accurate. And again, if this isn't to your taste, that's fine. Again, I just show you the stuff and you decide what you want to do with it. We've got a neat little country theme going. I thought it would look cool. Da -da 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 -da. Now, all I'm doing, and this works out really well, I really love my toothpicks for work like this. And I'm just going ahead and I've got a little glue, you know, I get the glue from the transfer. And I can just touch my toothpick to the little pebble. And then go ahead and pick out the ones that I want and then put them on the piece. And this method works out really well. I like it. Let me look for something here. Now, I've got one of those little paint palettes, and what I've done is I've put my little stones in that paint palette, and that way I can sift through the ones that I want to use. Alright, so let's continue. Again, I'm not going to do a whole heck of a lot with this one tonight. Just wanted to show it to you. Now I'm going to go ahead and exaggerate this rock up into the grass here. We'll go ahead and extend that just a little further. There we go. Details. Zoom in. Zoom in. And it looks a little messy when you start out, but this will dry beautifully. La-da-da. And while you're doing this, don't get too chatty because of course your glue is drying. Hey, Pearl. And I think I already mentioned this stuff dries clear. Has anybody else used PVA glue? Okay, so let's get some teeny tinies here. And if you've used PVA glue, would you please tell people what you thought of it? Maddie says she uses tacky glue, okay? Maddie, is that tacky glue nice and strong? Okay, let me finish up this little corner and then I'll show it to you. Yeah, dries clear and it's cheap. Yeah. I may switch over to tacky glue, we'll see. But I'll tell you what, this PVA that I'm currently using, oh my gosh, it's just, wow. All right, let me get a few more of these little teeny tinies in here. All right, a couple more of these little teeny tinies. And then I'll be moving on. Moving. So, if somebody will tell me something positive that happened to them today. La, da, da, da. I know Rhonda's getting excited about next Saturday because she's got her coloring that she's done. Okay, and that's setting up beautifully now. Zoom out. Oh, Maddie says the sky was a deep blue and the air was cooler. Yeah. Zoom out. Zoom out. Now, I'll be putting my additional stones here by the tires and around it. But this will give you an idea. Now again, this isn't for everybody. I get that. But I want you to see how this is starting to look. All right, so let me set this aside. Oh, Rhonda says, I will say picture frames have gotten so expensive, especially the 7x10 and upsize. Ugh. Even at the dollar store, huh? Okay. Zoom out. Hello, Rita. Rita from Guatemala. So this driveway now has its stones on there. And like I said, again, I'll be using underneath the truck and by the wheel wells and so forth. And that gives you an idea. Dollar stores don't even carry the larger sizes. Oh, Rita was just chatting with her friend in Guatemala. Yay. Okay. Actually, while I'm here, let me go ahead and do a little bit on this just to get some of these corners done. Zoom in. All right, zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and work on my haystack here. And I'm going to start out with a little bit of a gray. That'll give us a nice light color on it. I don't want you to be afraid to mix your colors. So this is a Sphinx color it's called. This is by Brett Funner. Zoom in. And I'm just going to go ahead now and just start shading this up a little bit. Now remember that hay starts to get a little duller when it's harvested. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a light gold. We'll go ahead and mix that color. Hi, Rebecca. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is my, it's called Beeswax, Brett Funner 520. And notice how that light gray gives us that just slightly off color that we want. And then I'll go ahead and do my binding with it here. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm blending back in with my gray. Now don't get too enthusiastic with your colors. We've talked about over blending. How pretty is that? All right. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca. All right, let's go ahead and get you over here to our other stack. We're going to have to clean that up just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and use that gray and that gold again. It's a pretty color combination. Now, if you want to just go with the gold, of course, sure. But notice now how adding that little touch of gray gives us this really pretty color quality. All right. Zoom out. And hello to everybody that's popping into the room. Now, I love this gold that I've got, this beeswax color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use it on my sign here, on the lettering here. And then I'm going to go ahead and top that off with a little bit of brown because I think that'll look cool. And this is my saddle brown C131 Cool Banks. And notice how by adding that little bit of extra brown, that looks really cool. Excuse me while I put my hand in front of you, sorry. And then I'm going to use my Cool Gray Deep by Starjoy, and I'm going to go ahead and just dirty it up just a little bit. Not much. So we've got 3 beautiful colors working there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my same gold on that wood behind it. We'll pick up that shading a little bit. Again, this is the beeswax from the Brett Funner. Be sure to get in between your letters, otherwise you're going to have some wonky white stuff sticking out. And then I'm going to use that same brown that I just had before inside the lettering, and I'm going to tint this. We're going to go ahead and darken that on the edges because we want to give that some dimension. And notice how I'm coloring in between the boards right where the 2 are. So we'll get that depth in there. All right, let me brush that. And notice here how I'm adding that little extra brown right here. See that? So I'm coming around the lettering there. And in fact, I'm going right through the E. So by adding that little extra darkness and patina to this, That makes our sign look a little aged, right? And then my gray that I had earlier, which is the Sphinx Brett Funner. We'll go ahead and pop that on top here. A little bit. All right. My favorite song. Okay. Doesn't that sign look cool? Now, the lettering here got a little bit lighter because of course, coloring over it. So I'm going to take my black pen and we'll go ahead and highlight that. And notice you've got to clean your pen off frequently because you're picking up that wax. Okay, zoom out, zoom out. Anybody have any questions? I gotta make a little slight repair because I bumped off a couple stones. Let me just put these back real quick. All right. Here we go. We are repaired. And that will re-dry. The glue's good, but when you bump into it, not that good. All right. Now, I've been talking a lot about what message do you want to send when you are coloring your page. And that's going to help you with your style on your page. Zoom out. And the message that I want to send is rustic and old. In other words, I could have made this a shiny new red truck, but I chose not to do that. I wanted a little bit of a beat up look. I wanted a little bit of a beat up look on the barn. I could have made a shiny silo. I didn't. And again, notice how clear that that's drying on the rocks here on the front. So I've talked a lot about that, guys, and I really need you to take it to heart. It's really going to impact when you think about that message that you want to send the viewers and what emotions you want to evoke from them. Okay? So please think of that. And I think I'm going to set this aside now. And we'll work on our puppy. This one is from Color Sweet Animals by MADAY. And this one's coming out beautifully as well. I don't want anybody to be afraid of grayscale. I'm doing a light and a dark grayscale. I will be getting to my dark later on. You guys seem to like that. Grayscale is not hard, it's just a different technique. That's all. All right. So zoom in. Zoom in. So now I'm ready to basically work from the top down here. And I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup here. I like to keep my pieces tidy. Now, I did these leaves for you the other night. Now, Rebecca says that she's working on a gloomy effect on the objects in her spider web so that the gold really pops, all right? I'm using Prismacolor Putty Beige to blend. It gives a wonderfully uniform gloom effect so far. Oh, that's cool. Listen, Rebecca, when you post that, please explain that, would you? Anytime that you guys are working an effect, it's really great when you explain what you did. All right, so let's take care of these leaves. Remember, guys, we're a teaching group. And when you post, please post to benefit. Explain something that looks really cool. All right, so I'm going to do my light, medium, and dark, of course. I've got my browns. So I'm going to pull a nice gold. And a nice light brown. There we go. And then I'll pull a slightly darker brown. Yeah, remember when I was telling you too that it doesn't matter what pencils that you have. I've got a Guanghai 144. Guanghai are considered inexpensive. I don't know what the puppy's name is. For some reason the name Charlie jumped to mind. I don't know why. I don't know any Charlies. And then I've got my, I'm going to put a little green in there, which is my 2286 Master. And I'm going to use Yolk Yellow. That name really makes me laugh. Brett Funner 520. All right. Zoom in. Now, I want these leaves to be a little different than the other ones that I did for you on the right. So my point about the pencils, guys, is it doesn't matter what pencil set that you have, you can make it work. Yeah, I don't know why that name popped to mind, but it did. Just Charlie. Hi, Sandy. And that is a particularly dark leaf right here, which is fine. And this is a good example. This has 2 shades on it instead of the 3. No biggie, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to go to my light color, which is my Yolk Yellow. So this is a particularly, like I said, it's a darker leaf. And I'm taking the time to blend over that first brown that I put in because I want that more subtle look. Okay. So here's my light color now. And again, guys, lots and lots of blending. Okay. And then I'm going to, as I said, I'm blending over my dark. Now, if you don't want to blend over that dark, that's fine. Now you still have to blend to make your colors soft, but you can also completely blend over your color as well, if the situation calls for it. Okay. Now, my third color is this green. How pretty is that? So we're going to go ahead and add little swatches of green. Zoom in. Zoom in. We're going to add little swatches of green. Green and brown work beautifully together. Look how pretty that is, guys. Sharpen up that edge just a little bit. Okay, so let's go. All right, Amy, hi and bye. Thanks for letting us know. All right, everybody see now how adding that little bit of green really adds a new dimension to your leaves. Excuse me. Oh man, guys, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. And then I'll go ahead and add my green on this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little tint of green on this guy, even though he's pretty dark. I just want to add a little bit to him. It'll show. Remember, when you're rubbing that pencil on the paper, it'll show. Isn't that beautiful? And let me zip my eraser underneath this a little bit just to tidy up again. There we go. Zoom out. So do you like the green on the leaves? And then blend your colors, guys. Zoom out. Zoom out. When you're coloring the fall leaves, guys, please don't forget your greens, okay? All right, I'll grab some water here. So I'm going to do the flower and the leaves around that, and you can see how everything is, oh my gosh, beautifully, beautifully coming together. La da 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 dum. La da 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 dum. Now remember that I told you, even though you grab a light, a medium, and a dark on your colors, you may not use all three of them. Too many nice reds to choose from. Whee! Choices, choices, choices. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Dark color, I'm choosing Brett Funner 074, not out of my 520s. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So let's go ahead and get my darks in here. Beautiful, beautiful color. Really nice fall color. And I'm going to carry that into the center. Which will be really pretty. And notice now how I'm just working these dark colors here. Now, what do I tell you about grayscale? Don't go brain dead. If you feel that you need to adjust a little bit, go ahead. That would be an artistic adjustment. And what that means is you decide to do something a little bit differently than what the author suggested in the book. Okay. Oh, that is pretty. if I may say so. Now my light color is my Carmine Rosa Pink Faber-Castell 127. Isn't that gorgeous? And remember, guys, when you add your colors, be sure to blend them. So when I added my dark color, I got lighter and lighter towards the area where I was putting where I knew my light would go. It's looking really pretty. Da, 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 da. Now, I know that looks weird. It does look pretty though, but I know it looks weird. And I will remind you that if you were doing this in line art, this is what you should be doing, is having your different shades and of your light and medium and your dark. Okay, now I'm going to take my medium, which is a Prismacolor Magenta PC 930. And guys, as I've said before, don't get hung up on brand names. What I want you to look at is the fact that I'm using 3 different colors. And whether you use 1 brand or 3 brands, doesn't matter. Alright, so now I'm gliding in my 3rd color, which is my medium. And I hope you can tell how absolutely beautiful this looks. I'm sorry, I gotta move you around just a little bit, sorry. And again, just take a little swatch with your finger if you want. You can use a blending stick if you want, that's fine too. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm glad you like it. She says really lovely. And remember guys, you're not trying to obliterate your grayscale. Your grayscale is what's helping you with your shading and making your pieces look absolutely beautiful. Okay. Sandy, thank you so much for sending that book. That's awfully kind of you. I like to say that kindness reigns supreme in this group, doesn't it? Okay. Now I'm going to play with a little highlighting. So that means I want my Prismacolor white. I don't want to blend anymore, so I'm not going to use my ivory. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my white, and I'm going to go ahead and just pop a little bit of that lighter white on my tips. Zoom out. Everybody see it? I've done it from here to here, and you can really see the difference on this flower. I'm sorry, I had to adjust something here. And what I also want you to notice now is I'm just going to do that on the top of this flower here, on the top portion. And that's because we're assuming that that is a little higher than the rest of it. Now, having said that, if you want to go ahead and tip your bottom pieces, that's fine as well. Totally, totally, totally up to you. All right. Now, I'm going to use my blender pencil just a little bit. Oh my gosh, guys, just so lightly here. And I'm blending, I'm not blending in circles at all. I'm blending outward. I'm seeing some white specks that I want to get rid of. Oh, how beautiful is that, guys? All right, Facebook is nailing me about the music again, so off we go. So we're going to listen to birds. La, da, da, da. Okay. So check that out, guys. Isn't that beautiful? La, da, da. All right. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. What do you think? Beautiful, beautiful, soft little flower here. Well, Facebook is putting up that notice to me because they say I don't have the permission to use it. I actually do. But since they're already telling me that I don't, I can't argue with them, because if I continue to play the music, they'll knock my video off. Okay. La, da, da, da. So I'll have to figure out something else to do at a later date. La, da, da, da. All right, I've got a color called Pirate Black. Now, watch this, guys. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. And now I'm going to go through, and I'm barely touching the paper. I've talked a lot about this as well. Is I'm going to go ahead and add now my shadow shading. Everybody see this here? And we don't need much. Just a teeny tiny bit, but oh my gosh, guys, this touch really makes it. Everybody see now how that flower is starting to pop because I'm putting the black on here. Look at that. Take note, guys. And I'm adding it so lightly that you don't even see, no panty lines, right? No streaking. Absolutely beautiful and absolutely dimensional. Zoom in. Okay. Oh, just got to hit one little spot here with my blender pencil on the black just to soften that up. Okay, now let's get really detailed and have fun with this. See my white flowers in the center? Watch this. Zoom in. I'm going to put a black dot on that white. La da 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 dum. La da da dum. Everybody see that little black dot now that I've got on there? Zoom out. What a difference. Zoom out. Isn't that ridiculously cute? Details, guys. Details. All right. So let's pop in some green around that flower and make that look cool. La da da dum. All right. And what I want now for this last part here is I want a robust green. So let me get that set up for you. All right. So while I'm getting my colors together, tell me what you're coloring tonight while you're listening to me. Rhonda's working on her Tatiana Stilova pumpkin. And here's another question for you. Maddie's working on the, oh yeah, that Johanna Bosford with the fish, yep. All right. Da-da-dum. All right, I've pulled my light, medium, and dark green. Thank you for your patience. Sandy said she's putting eyeshadow on the background, a background. Then going to start a couple of new picks, one line art and one grayscale. Okay. Which brings me to my next question. Rita says, I'm drinking my dinner. Soup. Okay. So now I want very robust leaves behind this. This is called a Posy Green by Brett Funner. Now this is a fun one to do because we've got some very subtle shades. Zoom in. Zoom in. We've got some very subtle shades of our dark color. And medium. And I've got just a little bit of light. Now again, if you are doing line art, this is the type of coloring that you should be doing. You should be working a light, a medium, and a dark on your pieces. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my light. And once you start to see this subtle color shift, your coloring will improve tenfold. So we've got just a little bit of light here. Notice that streak that I'm putting on. And remember, you want to make sure that you blend your dark in such a way that it merges in with your other colors. Our running joke now is no panty lines. And my next question is how many of you work on, so now I've got my medium. How many of you work on more than one project at a time? And this is where the magic happens, is now that I've got my medium, This is where we can really do that blending. Maddie says sometimes more than one. Okay. And look how absolutely gorgeous these leaves are looking. So I'm going to sharpen up my lines, my edges here. Rita says, I do, I've got a few going. Rhonda says, not me. Okay. So Rhonda likes to do her thing one at a time. Oh man, guys, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Zoom out. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful, guys? All right. Now, very, very sparingly, and I can't emphasize that enough, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. I'm going to do a little layer of black, just a film over the top. So Rhonda says, ILene in grayscale, what if there were definite delineations of areas? If it's supposed to be different shades, one dark and one much lighter. Yeah, if there's supposed to be definite definite delineation, sure. So in other words, if you're coloring a piece that has a shadow over it, for example, that's where you would adjust your colors. And your light and medium and dark are going to change a little bit. Okay, everybody see this film of black that I'm putting on here? So, Rhonda, does that answer your question? If something has a shadow over it, and one portion, you would do your light, medium, dark on the one portion, And what I would do is use maybe one or two of the same colors that I used on the dark and just shift that over. Depends how you want it to look. Okay. And again, just a little bit of black here. It's a film of black here. And this is why I've been teaching you tinting like crazy, because you don't want to be shoving the pencil into the paper. Let the pencil do its work and do it naturally. Okay, let's look at that. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right, let me grab water. All right, a little more shading. Zoom in. I'm going to go ahead and add a shade here of the black down at the bottom onto my bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of my black below this and be sure to blend it out. What does blending out mean? It means it gets lighter and lighter and lighter as we go out. And how do we shade something? We shade it with repetitive strokes, not by jamming the color into the page. Okay, speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and work with a little bit of black on this edge. Again, it's a film of black, guys. I'm barely touching. And then I'm going to go ahead and slide over. And I'm going to use just a little bit, just a hint of that black on that edge. Everybody see now where you can see the difference from here to here, where I've done it, and where it's lighter down towards the bottom. And I'm just going to finger blend that. Now, look at this. This, it looks like it's a little, you know, like a wooden, what's the description? Like a wooden staple? a staple in the wood to keep it together. And I want you to notice here. Hi, Wanda. Good night, Rebecca. Hello, Melba. All right, see this little piece of whatever this is, this wood that's like a staple here? I'm going to go ahead and put just a little dash of dark underneath there and that shadow. There you go. Zoom out. Zoom out. And this is where you're really going to see how cool your pieces look when you do this. Melba, delighted to see you. Zoom in. Melba's had a very, very tough week, guys. She's lost some friends to COVID. Okay, notice now how I'm adding the little dents in here. Dents. Well, Melba, we're happy to have you here. Zoom in. Zoom in. Just hang with us for a while, Melba. Get your mind off things. Okay. Zoom in. And then I'm going to mush those colors together. Look how beautiful that looks, guys. All right, any questions or comments about what I'm doing? And I've got a little bit of ivory to soften up and go over the top. Again, not white, but the ivory. And you want your wood to look very soft. Now, also notice, this is fun. And I'm going to get my white pencil to do this. I've got this little bit of white portion here. You know how when you've got wood on a bucket and it looks like that the stain got brushed away? That's what I'm doing with this white. Now, I don't want you to be flummoxed at all by these layerings and the colors. It's not hard. It really isn't. And I walk you through step by step how to do this. And I also want you to remember that it takes me longer because I'm teaching this. This will become so second nature to you. You won't even think about it. Oh man, love it. Zoom out. Look at the touch of that white on here, guys. Not the ivory, but the white. I'm definitely creating a lighter section. So this is ending up looking like a weather stain bucket. So anybody have some thoughts about this? Do you like this whiter look on this bucket? And more importantly, would you do it yourself? Maddie, I'm getting a notice from Facebook that says your live video will be removed soon if you continue to broadcast music you don't have permission to use. So I do have the permission, but they think I don't, and I'm not going to argue with them because I don't want my video taken down. Okay. Zoom out. Yeah, I think I can put the birds back up. Now, I also want you to notice critical, guys. Critical. Creaking boat. Oh, yeah. Okay, notice how I've got the... how I've taken my white and I've added a little zip of white on here. Wander said no. Oh, I love how this bucket's turning out for you. No to creaking boats. Oh, yay. All right. We are having a good time. The Wander says no. Wandy! color up a, let's see what we got here. We need to look at this and see. Okay, so I've got a nice apple here and a couple apples here. I think what I'm going to do is put up a couple of peaches. Oh, maybe not. I guess I better do apples. Okay, let's do apples. Oh, some of the girls at the lodge have been calling you Wander. Oh, Wanda, that's funny. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, start with my dark red. Now, you guys remember I've done apples without the grayscale. So we'll go ahead and get that little puppy here. And I'm going to add my light red right here in my appropriate spots. Now, guys, I can't say this enough. If you were coloring this apple without the grayscale prompts, this is what you need to be doing, right? And again, Rhonda now says she doesn't pick up any pencils without having 3 at a time. Okay, so we've got a nice apple there, and I'm going to highlight that. Zoom in. And now I've got my highlight spot that shows that roundness. Isn't that cool? All right, let's pop in one more apple color here. And I'm going to use a much darker red. This is my Crimson Lake. Now be mindful of your fur line. You don't want to wipe out your nice little jaggeds on your fur. And don't forget, you want to progress. So there's my dark. Here's my light. Yeah, I think I like Wandy a little bit, or Wandy a little better. Wandy! All right, everybody see the beautiful progression. Now, I'm going to get out my Ivory 103 Faber-Castell. And we'll go ahead and smooth that out. And remember, guys, and I've told you this time and time again, when you go over a color like this, it does not obliterate it. A lot of people have problems with layering because they're afraid that their former colors are going to go away. They don't. All right, so I'm going to use my pencil eraser here and pop in a couple of streaks. Yeah, I like that. And then just adjust accordingly around it. And smooth. Again, I choose my finger. Oh, Melba, thank you so much. She says, God's blessings. Hope everyone has a wonderful night. Melba, can you just watch in the background? I'm on for another hour. Zoom out. Okay, and we've got two beautiful apple. Zoom out. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I've got very narrow lines right here on for my leaves going off on my bucket here. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Ohuhu markers. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. And now I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to intermittently add my brown. So we want to go ahead and get that done. And let's see, was I off camera when I did that? Good grief. And I'm even going to add the hint of a little budding leaf here. Guys, when you put in those little extra details, wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and work up my little vines here. Now I've got a lighter marker, and because I'm using that lighter marker, my gray tinting is still showing through, which is what I want. And notice now how that marker, narrow point, is beautifully picking up the color of that gray. And again, some people mistakenly think that they need to totally eliminate that gray. No, you don't. How pretty is that? Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. There you go. I haven't finished with the eyes yet. And actually, I'm just taking the brown marker and I'm going around that outside here. Same brown that I used for the twigs. Zoom in. Cute. There we go. Zoom out. Okay, I think that this is a good stopping point. Zoom out. Zoom out. Anybody have any questions or comments? Are you feeling more confident with grayscale? Are you excited to try it? Do you have this book? Do you want to color this particular piece? Oh, I'm on a roll. I think we got a cutie. All right, let's pop over to another piece. We've got our jug. I'm very happy with this. Sandy said she's coloring a dog from her first book. Excellent. And guys, please, please, please post what you're working on during this session. And Rhonda says, I'm loving grayscale now. Rita says, definitely. Okay, good. All right, let's play. So dark, medium, light to start, that's the basis. Maddie says that she's more comfy with grayscale. Good. Rita says, I didn't know what to do with it until I saw your teaching on it. Yeah. By the way, guys, please share this broadcast. And to my lurkers, please share it. If you're lurking and enjoying, let somebody else enjoy it as well. Okay, zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm going ahead with my darker blue, and this is my Ultramarine 043 from Castle Arts. I didn't call out the pencils the last time I worked on this. Sorry about that. And I'm going over my darkest points with it. And I'm going to remind you again that when you go and do this, you want to keep in mind that you are going to be blending with other colors next to it. And also, I want you to keep in mind that here I am coloring the black parts of this jug, and you're able to see the colors beautifully. Now here's a very black area on this jug. Wanda says, I can't wait to show you what I just finished. Can't post it yet, though. All right, and then I'm going to pop over now to my light. So let me move back up here, zoom in. Oh, this is beautiful. And then I've got my, medium color. And then with my medium color, and you can do this with your medium, you can do it with your light if you prefer, it just depends on the look that you want, is I'm just going ahead and blending everything together. Excuse me. So I'm going to come back in with my light pencil. And if you notice that you have streaks, so I do with my dark, and what you do then is you just go back with your dark pencil and blend that into the page. And again, guys, this is no different than what you would do normally on your line art. This just shows you where to put your colors. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So let's go ahead and play with this now. And then we'll smooth that puppy out. Now, my medium on this, excuse me, my light on this, here's a very good lesson in shading, is it's got a light portion across the top here. And I'm going to go ahead, because now I've got the muscle memory of where I'm doing this light, is I'm going to go ahead and continue with that across to my next panel. So notice now that I'm on a roll. I did the one panel with the light, and it's making sense now for me just to pop over and continue that pattern on my other page. And I'll smooth that out. Okay, first panel here, medium, dark, light, and now I'm doing my medium. and blend that, of course. Remember, guys, no abrupt endings, right? Okay, let me pop something on here. Hold on. So I'm on my next panel here, and I'm going to go ahead and work my dark. And is everybody now understanding why you can color over directly black paper and still get a beautiful result in grayscale? Okay. And blend. And now I'm going to take my medium in my leftover spots and combine that with my previous colors. Now, obviously that looks very streaky, right? And this is where Wanda, for example, works her magic, is that she'll go back over maybe with the light. And get that blend in. And then go ahead and blend that. Zoom out. Hey guys, I need to step away for 1 second and grab something. So I'll be right back. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay guys, I'm back. Thank you. You guys are the best. Okay. As Wanda says, well, we can talk about ILene now that she's away. Ha ha ha. Yes. That's right. Okay. So I'm going ahead and putting up my medium color in this one spot where I accidentally left everything blank. Oh, Wanda says, I know all her secrets. How much will you pay me? Ooh. Okay, now, here's where the artistic part comes in, is I'm going ahead and I'm starting to add my own bent on this. So this is where you do your fine tuning and your touch up. And look how beautifully now that's coming in. I know, can't get anyone to play along, ILene, Wanda says. Okay. Now, I want you to notice that I'm bringing the lighter color down the side of the jug. Now, the artist didn't indicate the coloring there, but this is where now I'm going ahead and I'm tweaking and playing with what my piece is going to look like. I don't want you guys to be afraid of altering something that the artist has done. All right. I know it, Wanda. Everybody's too busy coloring. So here's my light here. I forgot this one area. And then I'm using my medium blue now to blend all of that together. And again, guys, pretend that this isn't grayscale and that this is something you should be doing with your pencils on your line art. Get it? I'm hoping the light bulb goes on for you guys. Okay. Now, what I want you to notice too that I've put in here, you notice how we've got the lighter coming to this part, and then it comes down a little further, and then it comes down further yet. So this again is where I'm playing with the design of the coloring. And I'm tweaking and tweaking and tweaking just to get those nice subtle shades that I want. Oh, how pretty is this? Zoom out. Wanda says hello from the outside. So here's my darkest color now. I'm just going to go ahead and we're making this jagged line going up. Again, I'm improvising here. Oh my gosh, guys, how pretty is that? You notice now that this flows your line, line of vision. Pretty. Okay. Zoom out. And right now that line of vision takes you right down to the peaches, which I'm going to do a peach next. Well, thank you, Wanda. I'm glad that you love it. And I'm going to soften this arm just a little bit more and blend that in. Okay. And if you think that's dramatic and beautiful, wait until I get one of these peaches done. So I'm going to go ahead and Google this. And we'll get some images. There's a gorgeous one right there. I think you're going to like this. So right now my peaches, we've got a nice golden yellow. We have a very soft pink, and then we have a darker pinkish red. So there's my gold, which I'll show you in a moment. And there's my pinkish red. And then we've got a reddish brown. Summertime and the living is easy. All right, let's color us a peach. Now remember, when you're doing, and this is a beautiful example of this, guys, on the light, medium, dark, I actually have a gold, a pink, and a brownish red. Now I'm going to color this a little bit differently than I did the other ones, and you'll see why in a moment. And that's based on the picture I'm looking at. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm going to start with my light colors this time. And remember, always lay down your colors with the intent of blending them, so you don't want any streaks, right? And we're going to run that peach around this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my medium. And again, guys, you'll see why I'm doing it this way, just slightly different change up here. So this is all my medium areas here. And again, I know, I know it looks wonky right now, but trust me, it'll come together. And I'm running my pink right over my yellow, which is really making a beautiful peachy color as well. Okay. And now we're getting into our darker shades. And now I'm going to take my darker color which is my Brett Funner 072. This is not the 520 color set. My light was the bright yellow. Excuse me, bright orange. It would help if I could read. And that's color 049. And my medium is my Kayfn. Cayfnne, Kafani. And this is from the Brett Funner 520. So here's my darker color coming in. And again, very, very light fairy touch with this. See how that's getting a beautiful peachy color? I really hope you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to come back now with my lightest color, my orangey color. And notice now how that peach color is coming up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and blend that with my finger because I want that softness and that mushiness. And I'm going to come back now in with my medium color and just adjust a little bit. And notice that I'm running that medium color over my light color. And that's what's now giving me my really neat peachy color. Zoom in. Notice how I added a darker swatch right there? And also be sure to get out to your edges. Hi, Melissa. Hello, hello, hello. Melissa, I'm going to be on for 15 more minutes, so if you can stick it out, that would be wonderful. And then I'm going to come back, well, I'm going to smooth that out. And then I'm going to come back with my Brett Funner brown. They didn't really label it. Be very, very light with it, guys. A little goes a long way. All right, and then when you fine tune, oh yay, Melissa said thanks, Maddie, and yes, having a good day today, minimal pain, and spent time with my family. Oh, how wonderful is that? Okay, now my prominent color in this whole piece here is my Kafin color. And by toning down that gold, oh, Melissa, that's wonderful. By toning down that gold now, we just have the hints of it. And then I'm going to smooth that with my finger. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Let me blend one more area. And remember, when you're coloring your orbs like this, so where I've got this dark here, you want that little puppy to swirl around, right? So bring it up in a swirl pattern. All right, let's take a look at this and see what you think. Zoom out. Zoom out. What do you think? Does that look like an inviting peach to you? And then of course you can fine tune that any way that you want. There you go. Okay guys, I think I'm going to call it an evening. I really would hate to start another part of this at the moment because we're getting near the end and I don't want to hold you over too long. And again, now I'm just tweaking it here. I'm pretty happy with it. And remember, you want this puppy as smooth as possible, right? Thank you, Melissa. I'm glad you like this peach. So I'm just coloring in the popcorn now. We're good. All right. Any questions or comments before I pop out of here? Yeah, and it does have that fuzzy peach look. And yes, it does look real, says Sandy. I'll play with the other two peaches, and we've got a pear, and I'm not sure what this is. We'll figure it out. Okay, I hope you learned something tonight. I hope. Zoom out. We're all set. This is going to look fabulous when I get these other two peaches. And then I'll show you the background. All right, guys, be kind to each other. Melissa says, hope you all have a great night and lovely day tomorrow. Thank you, Melissa. Right back at you and everybody else. Guys, love ya. Joyous coloring. Have fun. Please post what you're working on and and please share this video. I love that jug. I love the peach too. And the barrel. What the hey? Okay, guys, take care. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. And one of my shelves just fell. All right, guys, you take care. Love ya. Bye.